That's the first thing I told Lowe's when starting 280 plus. He called me and he said, look, man, he said, I want to do this. And I said, are you sure? I said, do you like, this is an every week. You have to find someone every week. Cause he was going the guest route and he has been like, props on to him. Like, because that shit's exhausting. You're my second guest this month and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I had 3 lined up and thank God the first one canceled because I woke up this morning like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I've had those too where you're like, oh, you're canceling? Okay.
Right.
Like, cause I could really use the
Thank
break.
God. Thank you. Right. Thank God. And it's like, yeah. And but I told him, man, I'm like, this is every week. This is every single week. Yeah. And it's not just an hour that you're recording because you're going to have to make the episodes. You're going to have to make the edit. You're going to have to wait an hour for that to export. If something went wrong, you got to go back and re-edit and export again. Then you got to upload. And if something went wrong there, then you got a title, description. You got to distribute. You got to share it. You got to do.
It's a whole kit and caboodle, dude. It's a lot of work.
People don't understand it.
No, they don't. And if you're passionate about it, like, and I'm sure you agree, because I'm looking at what you're doing. Like, it's a grind that every day you're like, I'm ready, let's go. Yep. But you got to want it because there's nothing coming in to justify you doing it really, except for your passion.
Right.
Like I got nothing coming in.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's where I'm at now, where it's like my wife and I are starting to break this down. Like, okay, this is our 3rd year doing this. We got to start rocking and rolling, monetizing, making this the business. The JMC enterprise is what I'm really trying to focus on, but you got to want it. Yep. You got to want to fucking get up. Can I curse on my bed?
Yes. Oh no, you're good.
Yeah. You want to get up and be like, no, I want to do it. I want to, and there's times you're right. People cancel and I'm like, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Cause I have an interview every week and I did that. I scheduled that. That's another thing too. Like you don't have somebody over you being like, this is what's expected of you. You're doing it to yourself. Right. So you really got to want it.
There's no, yeah, trust me. Because I thought, and I'm sure you had the same thought when I started this, cool, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20 episodes in, great. Yeah. I thought I've had a line out the door. 1,000%. I thought there would every DM. I thought I'd have all my high school friends, business owners, these people, that people.
Yeah.
3 years, maybe 1 or 2 people have been like, yo, let me get on the pod. I'm like, okay. And I'll be honest with you, man, hats off to what you and Los are doing because I get it. Some of your interviews are great. Some of your interviews aren't because the people don't just know how to keep that conversation and that be on a podcast. Yeah. Exactly. Which is why one of my questions in my questionnaire is like, have you been on a podcast? Because if not, it's going to be a completely different show.
Right. And you know what kind of energy then you need to bring to it as a host. Yeah.
Right. And so I've been so hesitant over the years because every time I get this close to having somebody on or thinking that they were going to be my first guest, whether it's in studio or on Zoom or whatever it is, it's like they're Zooming from their phone with their AirPods. So your quality is automatically cut down by 80%, or whatever this is, or they have a podcast, but they're on like episode 15 and they don't even do video and they don't give a shit about social. So it's like, why am I going to hype you up after putting all this work in? Like, honestly, my prerequisites to, and just kudos to you. I go to your YouTube channel. If you tell me you have a podcast, I go immediately to your YouTube channel first, because if you're not there, I'm set. Look, you can do it. You can do it without YouTube, and I know it's a thing, but if
it's easier to gauge though when they've got visuals,
exactly that, and it's like you need to be on YouTube. Let's just be honest.
Right now, you do,
And so I like they'll be on Facebook and Instagram and have this big following, and I see these graphics and a great logo and great audio quality on their story, and then I go to their YouTube channel and it's like episodes 4 through 15, and it's just an image, and it's not, no one gives a shit about it, and it's just a dead channel. Sorry, you're not coming on here. What? For what?
And I appreciate that, because at first for me, I was taking whatever I could get.
Yeah, right. Of course.
The learning curve is really wide for me anyway. It was like, I'm at the point now, and Alexandra, my wife, like I bounce a lot of things off of her because she, even though she's not on camera, she has been before, but she's behind the scenes with me heavy. Yeah. And it's like, I need to start being picky. Yeah. Like that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing virtual, and now I'm going to be introducing virtual interviews, because I felt like it took away from the energy from the interview. Yeah. It wasn't the same, but they're like you said, what are you recording with? Where's the lighting? I can't hear you. Your Wi-Fi is going out. And a lot of
in
those
the
things,
car, in the car.
Thank God I haven't had those. But
every time Carlos has a damn guest on that podcast and they're in the car, I'm like, yo, fam, can you?
I remember him telling me that, and one of the things he said that made me step up my prerequisites was he told me that because of that, now he's starting to be like, you know, you need lighting, you need this, and I'm like, I didn't think of that. So one of the things I'm learning though is like the virtual interviews, like that's it's going to be a lot easier for me because my setup, my once I'm done, I can just turn it off, you know. And so because typically I do seasons, and this is the first year that I'm probably not going to incorporate a break like that. I'm probably going to have a break, but I'll be doing more virtuals during my summertime just to stay busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's another thing too, is you got to want it and you have to be consistent.